Welcome to the Fated Friends podcast, a podcast based in a love of romance fantasy, where we talk about the books, we talk about motherhood, life, working full-time with small children, and all of the things in between. And tonight, we are exploring Sarah J Maas's second installment of the Crescent City series, House of Sky and Breath.
Major spoilers.
Oh, right.
Right away we spoil the endings. So.
Yeah. I hope you read this book.
Definitely read before you listen any farther.
Yeah. House of Sky and Breath, which I read a little bit ago, but Emma, you just finished.
Yeah, I just finished this afternoon. Okay, so wait, did you read it when it first came out?
I read it when it first came out, and then I reread it like a couple months ago when I was reading along with Book Talk for Book Talk.
Yeah. Okay, so this was 2022 is when it came out.
Yes.
That must have been pretty awful. I mean, not to just totally skip to the end, but this obviously had a crazy, wild cliffhanger. So
amazing, though.
I know.
I felt like I was there. Did you feel like you were there, like sitting next to Bryce, being like, who is this, like, midnight sex god? Like, who is this man?
Yeah, like, who are these people?
Yeah.
They, like, blindfolded her to get there.
Yes.
I mean, okay, like, we can wait to get to that, but...
I know.
Okay, so you had let me know that there was going to be a crossover in this one, and it felt like there were just, like, going to be little Easter eggs. Like,
yes.
Oh, the Autumn King. Yeah, like, there's Faye. Like, okay,
right.
So maybe we'll find, like, little secrets.
Yes.
But there wouldn't be something... And then I think you had mentioned that definitely Nesta. Nesta is a part of this.
Yes.
And... I was just waiting the whole book, like hoping she was going to show up at some point, and she didn't. And I was like, okay, so this is going to be like a book 3 kind of thing. Yeah. And then the end starts happening, and I was like, oh my God. And then it's everyone. Well, I assume.
It's almost everyone, yeah.
Like they say, like, Feyre's hair.
Yeah.
And
I loved getting Bryce's perspective of each character. Like, to have her see Nesta and, like, describe her as someone who doesn't know her at all. And, like, same with Cassian and Azriel and Amren. And I loved that Bryce described Feyre as lovely, this lovely female. And it's such a nice, for me, kind of like a nice way to bump up Feyre, because she's so hard on herself and she doesn't think very highly of herself through so much of ACOTAR, that to get a perspective of Feyre from a third party who we care about a lot and we trust her opinion, to then have that there, is it just something about that made me feel really good.
I want to jump off that point for a sec, because I feel like, I mean, I'm on like Reddit threads a lot, like, because I just like love it, like what a nice break from work or whatever I'm doing to be like, oh, ACOTAR theories, yes, I will read those. Okay, but I feel like lately on the internet it's a lot of talk about how Feyre is the unreliable narrator, and readers are excited about the next book and potentially seeing the other side of it. Yeah. And also Rhys being like the bad guy, like the big bad the whole time. So I also liked that too, because I don't believe it, and I kind of think that Sarah J Maas likes Rhys and Feyre. Yeah. Like,
Rhys is like the fantasy version, in my opinion, of her husband.
Yeah.
Who she's obsessed with and best friends with. So
he's not going to be the evil character
no.
of all time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so having that be like, oh, and these are like nice people, and these are the good, and she and Bryce could feel safe here. Yes. Made me feel like, okay, good.
Yes. I, on that topic of Feyre as an unreliable narrator, I mean, I've seen funny things of like Feyre showing her friends her paintings, and it's like stick figures, and they're like, oh my God, so realistic, so good.
You're
and
a great
they're just
painter.
Yeah, they're just kind of like lifting her up because she needs a win. I can agree maybe with the unreliability, not in the sense that she's a false narrator, but I think she undersells. And so when we get the perspective of other people from that world, it's like it's richer and probably more closer to what is true. It's not colored by Feyre's self-doubt. You know what I mean?
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, because I saw a funny meme that I like kind of stopped me in my tracks, and it was like, oh, from Tamlin's perspective or point of view. My fiance, who cannot read, went to the mind melder's house, came back, can read, and is now in love with him. It's like the person who can like infiltrate minds.
Right, exactly. Like, maybe I should be suspicious here.
Exactly.
Who is the bad guy? Right. Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Right. You know what I think we should do?
Yeah.
When we finish the third one from Crescent City, what if we did like a big like all crazy ACOTAR theories that we can find on the internet and like talk about them?
We can like support, dispel, or like add on.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
Yeah. And like we could do Crescent City ones too. Just like add them in.
But the whole mass first.
Yeah, I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
So was your mind, because you probably weren't, like I knew like you had said it and then it's like also like out in the atmosphere that there was going to be a crossover.
Yes.
Were you just like mind absolutely blown when you got to the end?
I had no idea. I think I screamed.
Yeah.
And maybe dropped the book. Like, and then kept rereading the last sentences, thinking that more would magically appear and explain to me like what is going to happen. So it was definitely a thrill that I don't think we get in our mid-30s anymore, you know?
Well, these books are like that.
They're so good. They're so good. Yeah. And I know we texted about this, just that the vibe of Crescent City that I get, and I think you agree, and we touched on this last time too, that it's like, it feels very showy, like you're opening a book, but it's almost like you're turning on the TV.
Yeah. And
it feels like a Faye version of like Mulder and Scully. That's what I think of with like Hunt and Bryce, or, you know, whatever.
Is that X-Files?
That's X-Files.
Yeah.
Or Bones, and, you know, I don't know if you watched the show Bones.
I didn't watch Bones. What about Buffy?
Yeah. Yeah, Buffy's like the Scooby Gang. And so I personally would like make Buffy the Vampire Slayer more analogous to either ACOTAR or Throne of Glass. Yes, because it's like a group.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I didn't watch Buffy.
I loved Buffy.
But I feel like you were always like a Buffy fan, and then you like these. This felt to me like, okay, I always think Marvel. And then also like CW.
Yes. I've never seen the show Riverdale, but when I see the promos, I get that vibe. You know, like these are young, hot, or young looking, super hot people fighting crime. Yeah,
like I mean, I know you don't want this because you don't want movie adaptations the way that I do.
Yeah.
And I really want it. And I think the only way to stay true to the literature would be to make it CW. And I just want it to be like so elevated more than that.
Okay. So yes, you are right. You are definitely like team TV adaptation. I will step into the role as team anti-TV adaptation just for the sake of argument. But I will say, if it is elevated, because there was a show years ago called Ringer. Did you ever watch that show?
No.
It was starring Sarah Michelle Gellar, so I absolutely had to watch it because I missed Buffy, even though Buffy had ended years ago when that show came out. But it was a great mystery show. You don't need this recap, but it's about this woman who is like a high-ranking socialite in New York City and is married to a super wealthy, good-looking man, and it turns out that she has an identical twin sister, and there's like a whole mystery around it, whether or not this twin sister is coming back. There are like these hints of somebody who knows about her twin sister's supposed demise. Like, it's so well paced and written, and the suspense is really good. Like, I will take that interpretation and that feeling more than maybe like some of the more contemporary stuff that's happening now. And I'm also being judgmental because now I'm like 10 to 15 years older. So I have to suspend my reality. I gotta be less judgmental and be more open.
I mean, it did feel like you were saying that was like set in a city, and this did feel very, very, very city. Like, I mean, obviously just we talked about this last time, like the whole setting of a million different kinds of races and species, like coming together in a city, living together, like what that would mean, like the different neighborhoods and the dichotomies between them and everything.
Yeah.
But then also just like on this book, how they had like this crazy gang.
Yes.
Yeah. like, and that others were taking note of like, why are you hanging out with this group of like
all of the houses uniting.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, why are you doing that?
Right.
And then there was just so many, kind of like how you would have a ton of different groups of friends when you live in a city.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like just busy all the time.
Yeah. And that's probably why too, like this series felt not harder to follow, but it was like in the first book, I could really hone in on like Hunt and Bryce and their relationship development and like Bryce's friendship with Danica. Like there were fewer variables. And now as we get deeper into the series, there are just so many more variables, so many more people. It's not necessarily that it's harder to care about all of them, but it's a lot to carry. And I feel like my endurance was tested a little bit in terms of like managing all of these storylines and feeling like I did care equally about all of the outcomes. Do you know what I mean?
You did. Oh gosh, I thought they were all just so fun. Like it was just like such a fun ride.
Yes.
Yeah. So every time we bopped around to whoever, it's like I loved Therion's whole thing. I loved Ethan's whole thing.
Okay.
The one thing I didn't love was I just like wanted Rune to grow up.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh my gosh, like you live in a frat house, but you are supposed to be old.
Like 80.
Yeah. Like
get it together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like a crown prince. Why are you playing beer pong?
Yes. And like living in a dump.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that also speaks to kind of contemporary times, maybe even now, that like sometimes I feel like even our peers hold on to their adolescence and early 20s lifestyle despite being like in their 30s and at a time where maybe they could put some of that away.
Yeah, maybe he is like because it was always like, oh, I'm rebelling against being a prince. I have all these piercings because I'm a prince and I don't like it.
Right.
Yeah, so,
Daddy hurt me.
Exactly. So now I'm living in my boy frat house.
Yeah. And like preserving this like youthfulness and that it is an act of rebellion. But there certainly is maybe a line between when you are justifiably rebellious and when you're just being like an indignant man-child.
Yeah. And like, I mean, how embarrassing when Hypoxia came over and it was gross.
Right.
And he was like really embarrassed. But then it's like, okay, Ethan found a home there.
Right.
So
they're all, like talk about so many things happening at once and different things working for different people and appealing to different people and repulsing different people. Like there are just so many different dynamics, which I did think was fun. And I know before we recorded, we kind of like broke it up into like,
yeah, maybe we should
like whose storylines are we going to follow on this in this episode? Because there are just so many in terms of like, we meet Sophie and who is she? And is she really dead?
That was, okay. I was devastated when ultimately, after we're trying to solve the mystery of Sophie the whole time, she is dead.
Right.
And I kind of didn't believe it. And then we were like all standing around her dead body.
Yeah, like, wake up, girl. Yeah. Wake up.
Sarah J Maas is like, and the body was dead. Yes. Like, well, I guess it doesn't get.
The super dead body was really, really dead.
She was blue.
And there was nothing.
And I'm like, still like, well, maybe.
Yeah, the spark of the Thunderbird. Now that she's not in the water.
Can Cormac do anything?
Yeah. Love. Through all things. What is it? Love is possible.
Yeah.
Or was that right? No.
Through all things, love is
possible?
Yeah, something.
That's what's on the jacket? That's what I thought.
Tattooed onto Bastian or whatever.
Yes.
What's his Baxian?
Baxian? Like, come on. This is the one death you're going to let fly? But I guess since he had to, what's the word? He like lit himself on fire. Like Cormac was going to come to a demise. Like they were plot devices and it was really well-written plot devices that we ended up caring about. So, all right, I'll give it to her.
Yeah, it was like, I think I'm on my Kindle, obviously, so it was 60% of the way through, and I think we solved the Sophie, and she's dead, and I was like, well, what happens now?
Yeah,
Like,
what's the point now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But there was plenty.
Lots, talking about other storylines. Rune, fully jumping into this rebellion group and like becoming night and encountering day. And who is day?
I know that part was a little weird. It's like Cormac wanted to connect with Agent Daybright.
Daybright, yeah.
And there was like a weird like portal to do that.
It was like a crystal, like a communication crystal, kind of like the portals or the gates in the in the city.
So they're just like talking, but they can kind of see like orbs of each other or something.
Yeah, it like creates this mental bridge, I think.
Okay, so they go in the minds because they have sex in it.
Yes. Although you don't have to.
I do not understand.
Yeah. Okay. I'm about to say something that you can totally edit out, but like, haven't you had a sexy dream?
Yeah.
And you wake up and you're like, whoa, but nobody was touching me. How did I feel that? So, okay, I get it.
Okay, so yeah, that's what they were doing. But then it was like, there's like, no, it's not sentient. It's like when you have like a dream that's
like super tactile, or lucid dreaming.
Yeah, it's like a lucid dream, but like, and they're both there. Yeah, it was like so confusing.
I did think there was like a weird point. I know we're jumping all around, but I'm really enjoying this. And if you've read this book, I hope you're enjoying it too.
And the book jumped around, so.
Certainly it did. We were just being reminiscent of the book. Right? Anyway, so they have this communication crystal. And isn't there a scene where like she's in the mind bridge and then suddenly she's pulled out and it's like Rune is like, are you in pain? Are you okay?
Oh, and she's like having sex with someone?
Yeah. I'm like, what? Why? How is that possible? How are you holding the crystal and like you're like with the hammer and he's like trying to basically force you to have sex and you're playing this game and it didn't quite make sense.
That was so weird. And then it got brought up again because like Rune couldn't let it go.
Yeah,
he was still sad about it.
Because he's a jealous man baby, but who still needs to grow up. But like, yeah, it's like the inconsistency of how the crystal was used because it confused me because I thought you had to kind of be in a quiet place.
Yeah, that's
uninterrupted.
Yeah. I kind of thought she was like in a different world too. And then I kind of imagined her like one of those fire sprites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fire, I love the juxtaposition of like her literally being a body of fire and him being a body of night. And like the imagery was really beautiful.
I was very surprised when we find out who it was.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think that there was any clues there.
No.
Do you know? So it was the Hind, Lydia.
The Hind, yeah.
Yeah, who was actually good, which was a good-ish.
She's like morally gray.
Yeah, spectrum.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think what ends up turning her, although I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, I know. That's the hard thing about this because I haven't read the third one, and I was worried that it might be hard not to spoil. Like things might just like slip out.
Mm-hmm. And so I won't. I hesitate to say this but I'm gonna ask. They do get picked up by the Ocean Queen.
Okay.
Right?
No. Oh yeah, in this one, yeah.
In that like weird submarine space.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's when the Ocean Queen is like, hey, Therion, if you need us ever, we will come to your aid and we will help you. How are you doing? And then later, Therion does not go to the Ocean Queen for help.
Because he's an idiot.
Like, what was that?
I don't know.
I will sell myself to slavery and drink the viper's venom and change my body forever.
Couldn't think of another better choice?
Yeah, like 10 years he decides to break up on a whim. Now he has 30 minutes and that was his choice.
I know. He's not a good thinker. Therion thinks with his little brain.
That was crazy. Sorry to like jump ahead there. But
no.
I was just thinking about the Ocean Queen and like she seemed pretty good.
Yeah.
She's got her fleet of 6 boats.
Yeah. And she's the ocean is certainly much bigger than a river. I mean, like, why wouldn't you choose the bigger, more powerful sister?
Who was like checking in on you.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's fully, here's what I think. If I'm going to psychoanalyze him and try to give him the benefit of the doubt, I think maybe, one, he probably maybe didn't even think of the Ocean Queen. in the first place. But maybe there was a part of him, even though he's not real, we're going to dive into his brain as if it is. Maybe there's a part of him that rejects his identity towards the water. And if he were to change from the River Queen allegiance to the Ocean Queen allegiance, it's all the same. It's the same house, and it's kind of the same vibe. So he's, speaking of rebellion, pushing against that part of his identity and choosing to go with the Viper Queen, who we know really rides the line of gray. Like, is she good? Is she bad? She's really just for herself and her people. So maybe there's a temptation for him to be like, well, what if I'm one of her people? And she always has her people's back. Will it be that bad? I'm going to give it a try. So some of it maybe is naivete, some of it is stupidity, some of it is trying to do something different, but honestly just as stupid. So it's like, I get it. He's maybe the most human of many of the characters, despite not being human at all. So that's me giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. I mean, I think that makes sense. And then, yeah, maybe being in the ocean was just like too close for comfort. Like maybe he wouldn't feel entirely safe. And yeah, like
Right.
rejecting of all of that makes so much sense. But
Maybe, yeah.
I was just like, oh God, like
Come on, dude.
Well, I'm sad for him because that the relationship he had, it just like grates on you the whole book. It's like, wow, what a bummer. Like this is such like a vibrant, cool, fun character who's just like, I mean, I think SJM did a great job like nailing that home, just like how much of a bummer that relationship was and how like sad it made him and things like that. And it was just like so many chapters of like, ugh.
He's like wallowing.
Yeah. But he finally does something about it. And but he didn't think it through whatsoever.
At all. He was just like, I'm going to do this. You know, like just a panic.
Run off. Yeah.
Panic. But I mean, it's like, again, talking about him thinking with his little brain, he got into that betrothal because he wanted to conquer the unconquerable, the daughter of, you know, his boss, basically. And he knew. He's, you know, he's not totally stupid. He knew that if he was going to dip his toe in those waters, he's tied for life. And he couldn't stop himself. He is like the symbol of compulsion and the inability to control. And then kind of laying in the bed that you've made, not liking it, and then making another stupid choice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get his character, but I agree some of it was dragged on. Similar, in my opinion, too, with Ethan's story. Although I like him more because I feel like he has a little more integrity than Therion.
Yeah, I liked Ethan quite a bit in this one, especially because, what was it? It was like basically right after Bryce does the whole thing where she saves a meal. And like that is such like, oh, like you're just saving a life and this is what you did. And it's like out of the goodness of your heart and how, what is that word where it's altruistic? Yeah. So it's like super altruistic. And then Ethan does something super similar where he can't survive or can't let it go that the sprites are in the little box with the ring. And he's like really upset, obviously, about like the alpha wolf down there.
Yep.
So he like goes and does the same thing and kind of risks it all to save them. And I was like, wow, like Ethan and Bryce are actually very similar.
They are very similar.
Yeah, and it was sad because Ethan was harboring this huge crush for her all the time. So he's obviously going to end up with that alpha wolf.
We will see.
I would imagine.
I really like the chemistry between Ethan and Hypaxia. I had like weird hopes for them of this like May-December relationship. Although I think they're probably closer in age, but her being like tutored by dead people has given her kind of an older vibe. That's where I was kind of hoping it was going because I felt like he was very protective of her and connected to her. So it definitely threw me off to then have it be revealed that Hypaxia was that Archangel's lover.
Yeah, I was bummed, not about Hypaxia and well, yeah. I mean, I was pretty bummed about them being together because it kind of like brought down Hypaxia as a good character because she's essentially just in bed with the...
I forgot her name. That's not
I know,
terrible.
It's like killing me that we can't remember her name.
This
we should
is
look it up.
one of the issues of like so many characters.
What are the... Atari. What are they called?
Asteri?
Asteri. Yeah. So basically, she's just in bed with the Asteri.
Yeah.
And I thought she was more on the rebel side from the first book.
Yes.
Like that. Yeah. I just like kind of imagined that. And then
I did too.
The fact that you're just like hooking up with this
Celestina.
Yes. See,
Yeah.
I could picture it in
your head.
Yeah, in my head, like reading it, but I've never like obviously said that name aloud.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's almost like a metaphorical drinking of the Kool-Aid. Like you thought Hypaxia being raised away from everybody, being tutored by these dead wise people, being her mother, like fully cloistering her away from the dirtiness of the Asteri. And that's who she chooses to jump into bed with. Like it doesn't make sense.
Well, on like another level, it doesn't make sense because like essentially she had absolutely no friends, didn't know a soul, only knew dead people. When did she meet the Asteri?
I know, right? There. I do remember she does explain how she and Celestina met.
Was it in this book or in the third book?
I can't recall.
Yeah, that part was like, how did you even know this person? Like, I feel like you came out of your cave to meet Rune. So.
In the first book. Like, she just, like, appears. And even, like, Hypaxia's intentions and how she kind of, like, moves about is mysterious. She's, like, just in the sense that half the time she's just by herself. No one's guarding her. No one is with her. She's usually alone, but sometimes she's with other witches and sometimes has like a detail basically, but it's a little inconsistent. So, I mean, again, giving Sarah J Maas credit, it's a lot of character and story to carry. So I think it's maybe hard to be super clear and consistent when there are just so many variables, but yeah, it kind of like raises a question for me.
When she was like, I'm afraid of my coven. Yeah. Like, Rune, I need you to escort me. And I was like, oh my goodness, this coven is the worst. And but then it's like, oh, the coven maybe knows about Lydia behind being a little good. Yeah. I don't know. And then maybe they know a little bit that you're sleeping with the Asteri. Yeah. So maybe it's a good thing that they're after you.
Right. And that like maybe Hypaxia, for all the like goodness and like undiluted, power that she hasn't been corrupted is sort of the messaging we're getting. But the truth is, like, Lydia is a direct threat to her seat of power, being her half-sister, which was also a very confusing story for me. And that, given the first opportunity to meet somebody and fall in love, Hypaxia chooses the bad guys. So it's almost like, a question of her taste and her judgment, and was her mother's decision to keep her away from it all actually detrimental? Because then she couldn't make discerning choices.
Yeah, she didn't make the right choice.
No.
I mean, then I kind of went back to think about how many conversations were you like in the inner circle with? Like, right. I kind of thought she was. Like, I thought she was their medwitch, like their buddy. Like, I thought she was in on everything. And then, but you're going right to Celestina with everything?
Like dirty. Yeah. She plays dirty. And you'd think that she doesn't, because in the first book, she's just so...
She's took the poison out of Bryce's leg.
She took away the crown of thorns from Hunt. So you just are so rooting for her, and you think that she's so good, and it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, it was surprising. And I felt like the moment in the closet when they all figured it out, I felt like it was just a little bit like, oh my God, we're going to die because we've discovered their secret. But it wasn't like, Hypaxia, what are you up to?
Yeah, like, what? It's almost like, oh no, now we're all going to be in trouble.
Right. Yeah. And then I was kind of bummed because I did sort of like the idea of Hypaxia and Rune being together before the day of it all. Yeah. But then with Rune's, the line ends with him. Right. It's like, what does that mean? And what does that mean for Hypaxia?
Yeah.
Okay, but now, I mean, I don't know anything about the third book, but now I'm like, oh, maybe this is great that the line ends with him, because now they're going to get back to their homeland of the Fae, and the line is different. I don't know.
Right. Like, he doesn't know what it means, so we don't know what it means.
Yeah. But you said, does that get resolved?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So because, okay, you said that it's a trio, it's a
Trilogy.
Trilogy, yeah.
That was the original. Yeah, like the story ends satisfactorily.
Okay.
By the end, somewhat. You're like, it's kind of like the end of
Silver Flames?
not Silver Flames.
Throne of Glass?
No, it's the third ACOTAR.
Oh,
A Court
Akawar?
of Wings and Ruin.
Yeah.
Like you feel good because Rhysand was resurrected and all of that stuff, but like, where is the living nightmare guy, Bryaxis?
Ah, yeah.
Like, well, a couple of things that you're left like, oh, could she pick that up in another way? But generally speaking, it's pretty, you're satisfied at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what it was like when Akawar ended to not, and then Frost and Starlight came out after that, and then you get Frost and Starlight. And I wonder if anyone knew Frost and Starlight was coming, or if you were just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
end of series.
Right. The story behind Frost and Starlight, funnily enough, was from I heard it on a podcast that Sarah J Maas was on, that she was out to dinner with her editor, and her editor was like, so do you have anything else related to this world? Because, everybody really likes it. And she said, oh, well, like I came up with like some stories, like just some stuff that I'm tooling around with just to kind of help me bridge gaps. And her editor is like, is it enough for a book? She's like, I don't know. And then her editor is like, well, send it to me. And she sent it over, and her editor was like, this is stuff we need to know. Like, if you're a mega fan, you're going to want all of these details. So that's when they made the novella of Frost and Starlight.
I should read that again. Do you know what podcast that was? That sounds amazing.
I'll have to find it.
I would like to be out to dinner with Sarah and her editor.
No, me too. Remember when, like, a long time ago, somebody caught Margot Robbie and Sarah J Maas having
I remember
coffee?
you telling me that. Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah. What are they talking about?
I don't know. But
well, okay. So then when I looked at the publication date for this as 2022, because like I'm just like brand new to all of this in 2025.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny that so Hunt's special thing is lightning.
Yes.
Yeah. And then when did Fourth Wing get published?
Oh, right.
I feel like that was recently.
Yeah.
Let me look it up. And I was like, oh, this is like very similar to, especially when they have sex. Very similar
It
to
is
Violet.
funny. Yeah.
Okay, Fourth Wing publication.
Yeah, look that up because I'm not sure.
My phone is listening to me. It just came up. Fourth Wing publication.
Of course.
2023. Very suspicious.
Sus.
But I mean, I guess you would write it before.
Yeah. But also, like, the theme of shadow daddies and wielding shadows and wielding night and starlight. It's like, clearly we women love this dark, sexy character.
Yeah, and a lot of this stuff, like, it's not like Sarah invented. Like, apparently Faye is a whole thing. Like, I just loved when Hypaxia at one point, when the demon comes to get Hypaxia and Bryce are Hypaxia, right?
Yeah.
Okay, are out to dinner, and then this like demon comes in between them, and they have like one knife, and what are they gonna do? And Ethan gets like his throat ripped out.
Yes.
Oh my god, I thought Ethan died.
Me too.
That was like devastating.
I was so sad.
Yeah, because he had just saved the sprite, so I was all about Ethan. Like I was really excited about Ethan.
Yes.
And then I was like so sure he was dead.
Yeah.
And then I just love that Hypaxia tears off on her broom.
Right.
And it was like, when did she get a broom? But like obviously she has a broom. She's a witch.
Yeah.
Like
anytime. She just summons it. No problem.
It was like so on the nose, and I was like, well, I'm in this.
Yeah.
Of course there would be a witch with a broom.
Totally. And again, it reminds me of like a CW show where like action happens and then boom. And you're like, what? Huh? I loved it though. How did that happen? But I'm okay. I'm rolling with it. So yeah.
And that's when like Bryce learns to teleport. And it's like big news.
Yeah. Like suddenly she can do it. Like, yeah, there are a lot of montages in this book and a lot of like groupings, and like you get like fun dialogue where all of the characters are together. And like, I personally wanted more Hunt and Bryce in this book.
I actually like, Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel the same way, but I did like how they would sometimes just be in the background, especially after they find, like, I thought it was annoying in the beginning when they were like, we're not having sex. Like, we're just, it's something about getting to know each other. I don't know. It's like, all right, guys.
You survived, like, basically an apocalypse. Can you just, like, satisfy all of our fantasies?
Exactly. Like, and every time it was like, oh, well, we're not going to do it tonight. And I'm like, well, one of you is going to, like, die. Like,
just do it.
Something terrible is going to happen to one of you.
Yeah.
But then finally when they, like, are mates and everything, which is exciting. And then it'll just be, like, all the characters kind of hanging out. And Bryce and Hunt are just, like, hardcore hooking up in the background or, like, making out. And then, like, Ethan and Therian are just, like, looking on, jealous. I, like, felt that. I was like, oh, and those are the single friends who are like, I wish I was like, found my person.
Exactly. Yeah, no. There's a lot of like good stuff in here in the whole book, and it is definitely great material for a show. So I will definitely be watching this show when it comes to be.
I'm just worried, like, when you had just said, oh, like, now I'm 10 to 15 years away from, you know, like a CW show or something, so I'm expecting a little bit more. Like, honestly, if we do take this at the literal, at the line level of what this is, like, oh, no.
HBO or Showtime better pick this up. Netflix, like somebody with a lot of money.
And make it for the millennials.
Yes. Like. Sarah J Maas is one of us, okay? I think she's right in between us because I'm 36, she's 37. Like, come on. We're all in the same generation.
Is she? Oh my God, wait.
I think so.
Know. I thought we were the exact same
Or maybe you are the exact same age.
Let me find out.
Yeah.
Now I need to know. Birthday.
She's
a year older than me. I actually love that.
Yes.
I hate it when people who are very successful are younger than me. Something about me.
It definitely like stings a little. You're like, oh, not this lifetime. Okay, I get it. Thanks for that.
And also it's like, if I'm going to be reading like the fantasy of like, I'll take this out, but like someone, the back of someone's brain, I want it to be someone who I feel like is wiser and older.
Yeah, totally. I mean, on that whole thing of, have you seen this like push on I'm not on Book Talk, but on Bookstagram and like these book lovers, people wanting stories of the 35-year-old hero?
I feel like I see that where, yeah, we want an older story.
I don't. You want to know why? I'm too old to do that shit. Okay? I want to watch and cheer her on. And I want someone hotter and stronger and faster than me to do all that stuff. Okay? I'm okay that she's 22 years old. 17, 19, I have a little problem with. You're not fully formed. You actually have a few more years to grow. But give me a hero between the ages of 23 and 26, and I am rooting for you because that's our prime. Okay.
I know, it is like a fun time to go back to, and also you do make a lot of mistakes and are kind of erratic. And like I don't want someone who's like, well, I think that the best course of action here after assessing everything.
Yeah. I've lived my life, so I'm going to make the wisest choice. Exactly. This is going to make for a very exciting book, isn't it, everybody?
We shouldn't get involved in the rebellion.
Yeah.
We should just go home early.
And I would like to be in bed by 9, orgasm at 9:30, asleep by 10. Okay? Do you have any hot takes?
Oh, I have one. Okay.
I do too.
I wrote it down in my notes app. This is the only thing I wrote down.
Yes. What notes do you have? I have note.
Hot take.
Yes. Singular.
Okay, so this might be a little bit of a potential for a spoiler. So if it is, just like stop me.
Okay.
But I was listening to my favorite podcast, Feeling Thorny.
Yes.
And they are in the beginning of the first book, so how the Earth and Blood.
House of Earth and Blood.
Okay, and Melissa, the girl who's like the expert on everything, said that there is a theory that Rune's mom is actually Reese's sister. Because when I think I read this in this one, when Bryce sees Reese at the end of this book, and she's like, oh, he looks exactly like my brother. The idea is because Tamlin killed Reese's sister and mom.
Tamlin's dad and brothers, yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah. But the theory is, a fan theory, is that the starry pool at Tamlin's house is a portal. And so actually Reese's sister jumped through there. And then because we don't really hear a lot about Rune's mom, it's just that she's lame.
She is lame. Maybe she's actually lame because didn't she have wings?
Did she? I don't know.
And okay, so.
I feel like I haven't met her. Do you meet her in the third one?
The mom?
Yeah, Rune's mom.
Not really.
Okay, yeah, so same idea. It's just like kind of like a throwaway line about how like lame she is, and she's not Bryce's mom, so.
Okay, I'm going to build on this theory, okay? Even though I could maybe put a hole in it, I'm going to build on it.
Okay.
What if Tamlin was able to rescue Reese's sister, and he cut off her wings because the wings were hanging in his father's office, his mother's wings and his sister's wings.
Oh, right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
What if he convinced Reese's sister, whose name we do not know, to escape with him? He cuts off her wings, shows them to his dad as proof that he killed the sister, but takes her to the starry pool that's a portal to wherever the Autumn King is. And she kind of ingratiates herself as an unknown random court royal, and then just kind of catches the eye of the Autumn King and decides to live her life in peace.
Yeah, exactly. Like a possibility.
Totally a possibility. I'm going to go with that.
I felt kind of bad for Cormac. I mean, obviously Hunt and Bryce are mates and whatever, and there's no way that it would make sense for Cormac, but Cormac is like, hi, like,
here I am.
I know.
Also somehow distantly related probably to Rhysand's line, because he can
do something.
He can portal. He can teleport.
Yes, and what do they call that in Akatar? Like withering?
Winnowing.
Winnowing.
He just withered into nothing.
Very sexy.
And then, what do they call it in this book?
It's just teleporting. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I guess makes sense. It's like of the future.
And a little more sci-fi, which
Yeah.
lines up with this book's vibe.
Yeah. So I was sad that. Do you think Cormac's really dead?
Yeah, he lit himself on fire.
Sophie and Cormac?
Yeah. Maybe they're happy together on the other side.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's their happy ending. Yeah. I think out of all the characters that I feel the most sad for, it's Baxian.
Oh.
When his story is revealed.
I loved that as a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just made me the saddest, like, for him to, they only had, 2 years together.
I thought it was, I just, loved it as a kind of like a millennial new adult kind of thing where they speak in tattoos in this book.
So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Magical tattoos.
Yeah, and it's my love tattoos.
Yeah.
She did her horn on Bryce.
Yes.
And then the
through love all is possible. I mean, I think
that was heartbreaking.
So cute and sad. Makes me just sad for Baxian because he's immortal. So unless he's not going to kill himself because that's not honorable. So unless he has a tragic demise, he's going to be separated from his mate for a long time.
I just can't believe that Danica, I guess I can because Danica told Bryce absolutely nothing, but to not tell her she had a mate, and how would Bryce not sense that?
And because wasn't Danica is a special brand of hound, right? She has that.
Well, she was a bloodhound.
Bloodhound.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Would sense
she
your
could
ancestry.
Yes, she could smell that. So then she also knew how to cover it so that nobody could smell that she was mated. I thought that was interesting.
That's what it was. Mm-hmm. Oh, Sarah just has all the ways.
Oh yeah. I've got a solution for that. Don't worry.
I wonder at what draft that went in. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, how do I fix this? Let me
sprinkle that in.
She's going to roll around in a little dirt and it's all good. Nobody else can smell her. Yeah. So many things.
It was good though because I just the bad guys were kind of hard to keep up because they all start with H, like Hellhound, Hind, and then
Hammer,
yeah, and then Baxian's bad, and I was like kind of trying to place him like where he actually sits, and then when he started being like a little bit good, it's like, how can we trust you? But now you have like literally Danica's tattooed across your chest. Like,
he tried many times to try to get Bryce to trust him, which made me sad. I'm like, is there nothing you can say in just like 1 second to convince her? But I think he's also heartbroken. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the end where, when she figures everything out.
Yeah.
And then I kind of liked the Asteri being like, we knew you were doing all this all alone and you played right into our hands.
Yeah.
Like that was just like, ooh, evil geniuses.
I did like that, my hot take or whatever is the reveal that the Asteri are just these like intergalactic parasites that take over planets. And I loved it when Bryce was in the room of them like basically naming all of their conquests. And Prythian must have been the place that they couldn't conquer.
Right.
And so it's like, oh, we're definitely going back there. Like,
yeah, I wonder if we'll get the book of them coming and Reese and team conquering them.
That's what I thought too. I'm like, this is the Marvel feel of like all of the superheroes coming together. Are they going to be able to beat the big bad?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that happened previously, and now it's like, oh, they will pay. Like,
they're trying to get back there.
Exactly. Yeah, and they like sent her to tell him. I don't know.
Well, she thought she was going to hell.
Right. Yeah, because she was looking for Apollyon or something.
Yeah. Or who's the other? The cat. Adis.
Yeah.
Adis.
Yeah. Who was like when he. Was it in this book where he like climbs in the window and he's on Ethan's lap? Yeah. And they thought it was like just a cat.
Yeah. And it's like, come get me anytime. Call for me anytime. I'm right here. It's like when Therion is being told by the Ocean Queen, like, call on me anytime. And then he doesn't. And Adis is like, call on me when you're ready to fight because we have all of the tools to fight. So just call me. Hello, call me. No, she doesn't. She just goes and does something else.
Yeah.
I found Bryce a little more frustrating this book.
Well, it was like they're trying to decide if they want to go full all in on the rebels because it is a difficult cause to get behind.
Right.
The whole Pippa of it all.
Yeah, neither side is actually all that great.
Right. But I loved how the whole time she's just really trying to find the truth. And it even seems like Autumn King is also interested in the truth because he's always had all those like star maps that he's looking at. And I think he even calls it out to her that she is looking for the truth. I wonder how much he knows.
He kind of gives me the vibe of, like, I think he was supposed to... Did we talk about this? That he was supposed to be good? I feel like Sarah J Maas was heading him in that direction. And you're like, are you going to keep being... Are you going to continue to be sort of mysterious about which allegiance you're really on? I'm, like, curious to get to the third book and talk to you about it.
Oh, good. Do you think that he looks a little good in the third book?
Well, it's confusing.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
I mean, I think I would imagine he's on the side of let's get back to Prythian.
Right.
Which is a good side to be on.
Because he knows that their power on Midgard is dwindling, whether or not he knows it's because the Asteri are slowly sucking their power away. But, like, I think their missions would align in terms of the outcome being getting back to Prythian, but I think he's a little bit more evil-minded. Like he's not compassionate, and he's not going to think of the greater good or what's going to happen to the human beings at the end of all of this.
Oh my God. Like the last line, it's like, I am the luckiest person in the world that now, tonight, I'm just going to open up my Kindle and there it is. There's the next book. Like, what did you do?
I pined. I pined. And I would open up that last page and read it again and again and again, just like trying to suck up more of that Prythian, those people. And
then when did the next one come out?
Pretty soon after. I feel like 2024? Because I think I read House of Earth and Blood and Sky and Breath actually in 2023. And then...
Yeah, January 30th, 2024. So immediately 2024.
Yeah. Like this woman, Sarah J Maas, was on fire writing these massive books.
They're huge. They're huge. So complicated.
And they basically came out consecutively, which makes me even angrier at the general public who like yell at her to get another ACOTAR book out. Clearly she's busy.
Yeah.
Give the girl some space.
Well, is this a real quote or a rumor we heard or something where it's like she basically has to write 2 books at once because it's like ACOTAR and then this one too?
I don't know. I know there was like a huge online like crazy stuff about when she did post that video of her closing her notebook.
Oh, yeah.
And people think it's like ACOTAR 6 to 8. Some people think it's ACOTAR 6 with an arrow, all that stuff. I'm like, can we just be happy? She wrote a draft.
A book. Yeah. She's writing.
Yeah. Hooray.
Like she literally does not have to do this anymore.
No, she doesn't. She could be like, guys, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like pull a George R. R. Martin and be like, no.
Yeah, and she's like, I mean, way younger than George R. R. Martin. She could go to an island.
She could. Yeah. So I am grateful to her.
Yeah, the goodness of her heart. She's continuing this for us.
Yes. And her genius. Like she truly, I hope that when we are older, we can like really celebrate her as
like a Tolkien.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is my Tolkien.
Or who wrote Marvel? Who came up with that? Like the creator of Spider-Man?
Was that Stan Lee? Yeah, he did Spider-Man.
Okay.
He did a lot of Marvel.
Is Spider-Man Marvel? Or is that Superman?
Superman is DC.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Spider-Man has always been Marvel, but like not included in the Marvelverse until recently. Like Spider-Man movies were always separate from.
Right. Wasn't there something weird with like the licensing or something?
Yeah. I think so. Now it's all fixed because I think Disney owns everything. So.
Yeah. It's like, well, so I'm not like a big Marvel clearly.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is just so much like corporate wash, like
Hollywoodified.
Yes. Like not very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those books those movies are the super popcorn, and this is so deep. So I'm so excited about potentially the fact that she sold the rights to something, right?
Mm-hmm. It keeps changing hands too, because I don't know if she keeps like a creative, finger
clause,
in the jar. Yeah, like hold on, I get final say, or what's in her contract. But I do hope that whatever is made remains within like the true spirit of what she wrote and what she created.
I started listening to this podcast that I like. It's 2 literary agents, and they talk about like the things that they're purchasing and what they see like in the trends. And one of them just had a meeting at Netflix, and they were saying that nobody really wants to buy romantasy right now because they want to see how Fourth Wing and ACOTAR do, and they're so expensive to make that they need to see like if it's going to translate from book to screen. And what Netflix would like to buy right now is men with computers solving crimes.
Okay.
And guns. So like,
great.
Did you watch like Night Agent?
No. No, I'm thinking of The Night Manager. No.
Or like, anything with like very hyper masculine, solving crimes, computer, guns. That is apparently what the algorithm is saying we love.
No.
I know. I'm like, no, give me
veto. How do I? Is the algorithm listening right now? No guns. No man hero. No.
I want many different romantic arcs coming together into one.
Give me the female hero who kicks butt and has an awesome best friend who's equally as powerful and a love interest who supports everything she wants to do.
Exactly. I want Hypaxia and Bryce out to dinner.
I want Aelin, Bryce, and Feyre out to dinner, and I want Aelin and Bryce to hype Feyre the F up and take her to the little lingerie shop, and they're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, like so fun.
Give me girlfriends.
If you could make, well, you hate movies, but
I don't hate movies. I'm picky.
That's right.
I'm picky.
I'm putting this on you.
Oh, wait. I am anti-screen.
You are. You're so much better at that than I am.
No.
Your only TV is in your basement.
Oh, God.
But because you've read way more romantasy books than I have, or like fantasy with some romance.
Yeah.
If you could have another one of these series by like a different author being made into something, or given the light that it deserves, what would you do?
Of a book?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Instead of a hyper-masculine man with gun.
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, ACOTAR is my, like, Sarah J Maas is my Tolkien. I'm going to go on the record and say that, and it's already kind of being swept up. So if I could think of another series, like a second place, not second place, because I don't want to rank things in that way and make something better than the other, but I think of like Carissa Broadbent's World.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I wondered, does she have a new one out right now?
She just came out with the second of her duology. It's 2 duologies within a series. So they're separate love stories, but it's under the Crowns of Nyaxia series. And I have not read the second duology, mostly because I'm not as big of a fan of the character that she made the main character. I really liked her first 2 books, The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and then, is it The Star-Crossed King? Something. Anyway, and I am not being judgmental towards anybody's tastes, but if I were to make this into a series, I would keep the main character as she is, but I am not a fan of Rain, her love interest. Like, his description is not as attractive to me. But other than that one tiny qualm, that would be a good series, because it's like Hunger Games-esque. There's a trial, a series of trials. It's vampires. There's like a goddess who actually comes down from the heavens to Earth. Like, it's interesting, and the lore is fascinating, and yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know. I'm looking for something after this because I'm going to be done.
Yeah.
With the Sarah J Maas.
Well, you can continue with Throne of Glass.
I know, I got to do that.
It's a heavy, not that it's heavy, it's just long. Like, talking about a lot of characters in a long series. Like, I've thought about wanting to reread Throne of Glass, but I really have to be committed and interested in it.
I almost like don't want to, because it's like I hate it when things are over.
I know.
And I just like still want that. Like, what if I do have a plane ride?
Yeah, let it live. Let it live for you. I fully support that. I loved how, like, kind of chaotic this episode was.
Me too.
And I love how happy we sound.
I was surprised that this book is supposed to be not as good. Like, everyone's like, oh, the House of Earth and Blood is the very, very best.
Yeah.
But I thought this one was great. Like,
it is good. I think you have to kind of like what people, like the second wave of people who read Onyx Storm, who could kind of let go of their expectations and let themselves be taken on a ride, could enjoy Onyx Storm. Similar, like, you're not going to get the Feyre and Rhysand love story.
Oh, I guess that's what it is. It's more of like, okay, Hunt and Bryce are mates and they just like have sex constantly.
Yeah. And teleport all these funny places. And like, it's lighter.
Yeah.
Like, the love story is allowed to be lighter because the plot underneath is literally like, we're banding together to catch the bad guy. So it's a different feel. I think people maybe put ACOTAR expectations on Crescent City, and that's not fair.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
I'm excited to talk about the next thing and the next book. And what do you look forward to? Where do you think book number 3 is going to pick up on?
Oh, well, okay. I'm super excited to, totally own the Asteri. I didn't actually see a path there in this book. I was like, oh, they have no plan. There's no way this is going to happen.
Yeah.
The rebellion doesn't seem like it's going to go anywhere.
Flying by the seat of their pants.
Yeah, no strategy. So, yeah, I really think that they could take down the Asteri, which sounds great. And I really don't like the Asteri after all of this. And then I feel like the whole Rhys clan they are gonna have such a bigger role. I was so surprised to meet everybody. When you first described it to me, I thought Nesta just like pops through a portal in like full armor and makes a cameo.
Like,
this
and
seems
like wipes away the bad.
Yeah, like this seems like they're really gonna just like band together and do this. So awesome.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm excited to dive into it. It's kind of nice that there's finality to the third book, so we can kind of jump from the very end and like go back to the beginning and maybe if we can dissect any sort of callbacks or Easter eggs. So if you want to deep dive with us, please give us an email.
Oh yeah, if you have really unhinged, crazy ACOTAR theories, we want to do that for that episode.
Yes, for our next episode, as we prepare and hype ourselves up for the release of Sarah J Maas's next work of art, we want to dissect, add to, hype up.
Start making a big list.
Yes, of all the fan theories. Like, give it to us.